Hi, welcome to Professor Kev Show. As you can see, I got my friend Shriya and Eshan with us, and they're from Project Save Our Lagoon. Hi, welcome to the
Hi,
show.
Professor Kev. Thanks for having us.
Of course, glad to have you back and stuff. So, all right, I want to jump in. Let's talk about Project Save Our Lagoon. I was teasing you before the show. You have a lot of passion for this as soon as we started talking about it. So, tell us a little bit about why you started this idea, what need, what opportunity did you both see?
Yeah, so we are both Brevard County residents, and we have a strong personal connection to the Indian River Lagoon because we grow up here. So over the years that we've noticed that activities like boating, kayaking, and fishing have become more limited and less enjoyable because of the runoff pollution that's occurring here in our waterways. And this is due to the increased nitrogen pollution that's happening. So along with this, we also saw that there was a distinct lack of awareness, not only in our peers, but in younger generations regarding pollution in the Indian River Lagoon. And that essentially motivated us to start a youth awareness campaign that aims to engage the next generation in learning about these issues and eventually building their own long-term solutions that can be implemented towards restoring this.
So, tell me about how the process is going so far. Are you being successful in raising awareness and getting people to see the danger of what's happening?
Yeah, so far we've focused on conducting events at elementary schools to empower the next generation about the Indian River Lagoon. For example, we conducted a runoff simulation that allowed students to visualize how pollution from lawn fertilizers flows into the Indian River Lagoon. And this was more effective than just simply telling them about nitrogen pollution because it communicated the information in a hands-on manner. We also had students create their own unique creative solutions to the problem of Indian River Lagoon pollution. And throughout this process, we reached over 150 students in 3 different schools. We view this statistic as us creating 150 community builders passionate to create change in this area.
Now, how about the people who can actually take action? Have they been open to your concerns?
Yeah, so not only are they kind of learning about what's happening in the Indian River Lagoon and what effects it does have on our community, like our economy, but also they're looking at building those long-term solutions. So one student example that we had was focusing on how we can get rid of the increased concentration of nitrogen in our lawns due to fertilizer. So one student thought of implementing more like sunflowers in their lawns that can help soak up, kind of absorb that nitrogen because it uses it in order to grow. So that was just one example of the students coming up with their own solutions based on the problems that we presented them.
That is kind of clever because you're starting at the root cause of the problem rather than trying to fix it once it's in the water and stuff. So, all right, so crystal ball time, 3 to 5 years out. Hopefully, we've gotten this one solved.
Yeah, so in the future, we want to both continue growing our efforts in Brevard County and kind of spreading this movement across to other regions because the Indian River Lagoon has not only a huge impact on our county, but it stretches across the coast of Florida. So it's really important that we target other regions just beside this. And we hope that these students who are learning about the issues are willing to implement their own solutions and come up with their own creative ideas.
So, if people have questions about this, how do they get in touch with you? How can they help you solve this?
Yeah, so please contact us on our Instagram, which is at Save Our Lagoon, and our website, which is saveourlagoon.org.
Awesome. I appreciate you both taking a few minutes to call on the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.